the tombs of Naxxramas. We've climbed every cliff on Black Rock. Now the world cries out for heroes as a new evil rises. There will be danger. There will be doom. There will be ancient temples filled with relics, treasures, and traps. Who will answer the call?
We explorers lead, and we are in need of explorers. Adventure we seek, cross land and sea. Won't you come and join us?
Oh, yes!
So you're going to get to travel with the League of Explorers across all of Azeroth in search for an artifact, the Staff of Origination. And now I think it's time to meet the League of Explorers. On the left, you see Bran Bronzebeard. Now, Bran is the founder of the League of Explorers, and he's someone you might have met if you've traveled through World of Warcraft. Next to him is Elise Starseeker. She has traveled to and mapped many of the ancient locations across all of Azeroth, and she is pretty much the brains of the League of Explorers. Of course, next to her is Reno Jackson. He's a fortune hunter, he's got a love of treasure, and he's got a moral compass that doesn't entirely point north all of the time. And lastly, Sir Finley Murgleton. He's a proper gentleman, Murloc. He brings a real sense of dignity and gravitas to the League of Explorers. So that's the League, and now it's time to check out some of the new cards. And of course, you couldn't go exploring without a proper explorer's hat. It's an awesome hat because once you've got it, you never lose it again. Of course, we have a new mechanic for you as well. We have a mechanic called Discover, appropriately enough, and you'll see it on a new minion from League of Explorers called the Jeweled Scarab here. And what Discover means is it means that when you play a card with Discover, it's going to present you 3 random cards to pick from that are valid cards given whatever deck you're currently playing. So they're not from your existing deck, but they are valid for that type of deck, and you get to pick one of them. And it's a pretty cool mechanic because it combines a sense of randomness on one hand with, on the other hand, a lot of strategical thinking and choice as far as making the proper choice when this comes up. And actually, let me show you what it looks like when you play a Discover card. So this is playing the Jeweled Scarab here. So you see all the difficult choices you're going to make when this pops up. What card am I going to choose that's just right for this moment in time?
Job's done.
But of course, an adventure like this would not be right without being able to travel with and put the members of the League of Explorers in your deck. So for instance, you might travel with Elise Starseeker. So of course, a moment where you're not quite sure what she does, but before we talk about that, I can show you how she comes into play, because she does come into play in true League of Explorers style. And she comes into play a lot like this.
Do you have the artifact?
So the question you have, of course, is what exactly is the map to the Golden Monkey? And it seems pretty straightforward and pretty obvious to me what a map to the Golden Monkey is, but of course I've seen the card, so I've got a certain edge, but I'm gonna show you right now what the map looks like, and here's the map to the Golden Monkey that goes into your deck. See, pretty obvious. Okay, so I'll actually now show you the Golden Monkey, and it had to have a little build-up because the Golden Monkey is pretty amazing. Here is the Golden Monkey. So replacing your deck with and hand with legendary minions really turns the game on its head at that moment. So it's totally a card worth waiting for. So of course that's just the start of all of the new cards that are coming with League of Explorers. And if you want to know more about the cards and all of the other parts of the League, right here today at 3:30, the one and only Ben Brode will be here explaining everything you want to know about League of Explorers. So of course, if you want to actually play League of Explorers today, you can do that as well. It's playable on the show floor today. You're going to be able to play one of the missions of the First Wing, where you help Reno Jackson escape from a collapsing temple. He's gotten in trouble again, which is somewhat common. And I'm also happy to announce that we're going to be releasing League of Explorers later this year. And I guess since this month is technically part of later this year, I should probably be more specific and say we're actually launching League of Explorers later this month. Actually, I should probably be a little bit more specific than that and tell you that League of Explorers is going live, the First Wing starting this coming Thursday. That's going to be awesome, and we're totally looking to see how you guys dig into the League of Explorers and the combos you find coming next week. So now I want to stop and talk for a moment about a friend of mine who has always given me design advice when I've asked him for it, who's played a whole lot, or done a whole lot of raiding in World of Warcraft with me, many years of that. And whenever I ask him for wisdom, he absolutely always has wisdom for me. He also happens to be the game director of Overwatch, and I think he has a few things to say to you. Let me introduce Jeff Kaplan.
What is up, Blizzard Nation? How are you guys doing? I want to thank my good friend Eric Dodds for the awesome introduction. I thought Duncan Jones was introducing all the good-looking people, but Eric did an awesome job, so thank you. Quick question before I begin. Is there anybody in the hall who does not have access to the internet? This guy right there. Okay. I have some amazing announcements for you right here on the stage right now. Everybody else, talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back. No, I'm just kidding. So obviously right here on the stage, it was a year ago at Blizzcon that we unveiled Overwatch to you guys. And we gave you 12 heroes to play with on the show floor, and it was absolutely inspiring seeing how you guys fell in love with these heroes the same way we did, the people who made the game. And then the year itself was pretty fantastic. We traveled to PAX East. It was 14 degrees in the snow out in Boston. Props to all of you guys who made it out there with us. And we introduced 2 new heroes. We had McCree and Zarya. So that was pretty awesome. Then we had a lot of fun on social media, and we ran a campaign where Soldier 76 came to light in the Overwatch universe, and you got to know him. And then it was off to Europe, where we went to Cologne, Germany. We brought Overwatch to be playable for the first time ever in Europe by European players, and we introduced Lucio to the lineup. And certainly, last but not least, was our latest reveal of the Junkers, the comical Junkrat and Roadhog who entered the lineup. So there's obviously a huge diverse cast of characters that we spent the year introducing you guys to, but we are not done. And here we are at BlizzCon right now. So not only are we going to introduce you to 3 new heroes right now, but we have a new map for you as well. So rather than have me talk about it, I want you guys to watch this video that recaps the past year, see if you can spot the new heroes and the new map. Enjoy.
This is strength. You're covered.
Thanks, Sam.
That's equals.
Fire in the hole! I saw that one coming. Sniper! The hunter lays the trap for his prey.
You didn't make the cut. I've got you in my sights. Target-rich environment. Get the payload moving. It's high noon. Draw. Justice ain't gonna dispense itself. Pardon me. Y'all had it coming.
Yeah, let's pick it up. Oh, let's break it. Damn! Get back.
I play to win. One for my highlight reel. Suiting up. Boosters engaged. Let's fight for a better world. Freeze! Don't move. Oh, 对不起了。
The enemy is at our doorstep.
This will stop them.
You are nothing.
We shall see, brother.
So welcome to the family, to Diva, Genji, and Mei. So the internet was referring to Genji as Green Robot Ninja Dude, and we thought it was an awesome name, but we went with Genji instead. So these new heroes, they're all playable for you guys today, right in Hall C. You're gonna have a blast. They're here all weekend. We also have the new map, Hollywood, which you guys got to see. It's a really fun fantasy. Today at 4:45, there will be a panel right here on the main stage that will go into great detail into what each of these three new heroes do and some of the cool highlights of Hollywood as well. So all in all, Overwatch is a game about switching heroes. We feel like the dynamic gameplay and the core systems of the game are all tuned around this fact of team play and counterplay. Switching heroes is a part of this game. We see your threads when you say on the internet, I think you should lock into heroes, and our answer to that is not what Overwatch is about. With that in mind, when you buy Overwatch, you will get all 21 of the heroes that we've announced to you so far. They all come with the game. You'll also get all of the maps, the content, and the features that we've been discussing so far. So we think this is awesome. There's a great base version of the game. We're really proud of it, and we're really excited for you guys to get your hands on it. But we also wanted to make an extra special edition of the game, and we call it the Overwatch Origins Edition. So last year at Blizzcon, Chris Metzen and I did a panel on this stage where one of the top questions that you guys asked was, can I get skins in this game? Are you guys gonna make skins? Show us some skins. And we thought show us some skins. That's awesome. It's the family show. Come on, everyone relax. Costume contest is tonight. So we put together the special edition of the game. It's called the Origins Edition. It comes with 5 Origins Edition skins. And what these mean are, there's a backstory to all of our heroes, and we're gonna tell you a lot more about that. But each of these skins harkens to the backstory of all of the individual heroes that got one. So not only is that special, but our brothers and sisters on the other Blizzard development teams were very generous, and they gave us a bunch of awesome digital goodies that come in the other Blizzard games that also make up the Origins Edition. Rather than have me describe it all in detail, we put together a video. I'm very pleased to announce it to you right now. Please check out the Origins Edition. So, like I mentioned, there's a lot of goodness in the Origins Edition. We've got the 5 skins and all of the digital goodies that you'll get in the other Blizzard games. But the coolest part about the Origins Edition, and the part that I'm the most excited about, is that we'll be bringing the Origins Edition to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 for all of you console fans. We were so pleased with the reception that Reaper of Souls got on the consoles, and we know how many Blizzard gamers love playing games on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, so we're very proud to bring Overwatch simultaneously at release to all 3 platforms. So let's go over the 3 ways you'll be able to get the game. There's the base PC edition, like I mentioned, includes all 21 heroes. There is the Origins Edition that comes with the skins and the goodies, like I talked about, that's available on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. And we're also pleased to announce an amazing collector's edition of the game that will be available on all 3 platforms. It comes with a really awesome Soldier 76 bronze statue. It also comes with a source book, an amazing soundtrack, and everything that you get in the Origins Edition as well. So 3 ways to get the game. You're wondering now where to get the game. You can go to buyoverwatch.com. You'll get a pre-purchase skin, which is Noir Widowmaker. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait for you guys to see this in person. And the final question you're probably wondering is, well, when? When does this all happen? We are beta. Beta was fall 10th, guys. Come on, we've covered this already. We are very pleased to announce that Overwatch will be launching in the spring of 2016. So it's very close. We're almost there, guys. And I promise no spring 10th jokes. Or that's the last one. So anyway, there's a lot of great Overwatch stuff for you guys to check out at the show. Everything's playable in Hall C. So go check it out. Wait in line as many times as you can. We also will have a great panel here on the main stage that will cover the new heroes. That's at 4:45 today. Tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., there's another panel on the stage. I think it's very special. One of the top questions we got asked last BlizzCon was, I want to know more about storytelling in Overwatch and the lore and the background. We have a great panel lined up for you tomorrow with some very exclusive content and special announcements, so please come and check it out. With all that said, I'm very happy to bring my brother in arms out, my partner in crime, the inspiration, the heart and soul of Blizzard, Mr. Chris Metzen. Take care, guys.
What up, BlizzCon? What's happening, everybody? You are looking particularly handsome and peppy this morning. Fantastic. Thank you all for being here, guys. As we always say, BlizzCon's such an amazing weekend for us. We are so glad that you are here to share it with us. In many ways, looking at the presentation this morning, 2016 is going to be a really amazing year for Blizzard Entertainment. Just with the slate of games we have coming out. I don't know, what'd you guys think of the trailer we showed earlier? We're pretty excited about that. Let me ask it another way, just to kind of engage a little bit. Horde, what did you think about the trailer? Excellent. Alliance, roar! It's your movie, guys. What's really fun about this film is that it really focuses on the origins of the Alliance and Horde. It takes a look at the first great conflict that sets the stage for the whole modern age of Warcraft, which is your age. To contrast that, our new expansion set, World of Warcraft Legion, takes a look at the present day, the Alliance and Horde, kind of at the height of their conflict, engaged against a foe
that neither can defeat alone. This is a big one, guys. The Burning Legion returns. What's kind of cool, many of you will remember, the Burning Legion has invaded Azeroth twice before. Can anyone tell me the first time they invaded? War of the Ancients is correct. Something like 10,000 years ago, the Legion invaded Azeroth and was only driven off by the Night Elves and the demigods that they conjured and that they rallied to drive the demons away. Does anyone remember the second invasion? Teacher's pet. You are exactly correct, sir. Reign of Chaos, Warcraft 3, much closer to the now in the timeline, where the Legion invaded once again. Only this time, it was the Alliance and Horde that banded together to drive the demons back and save the world for another generation. So you can imagine, if you're the lords of the Burning Legion, kind of failed twice, pretty pissed off. The Legion is back, and they are playing for keeps. And this time, to assure their victory, they have conscripted one of the most diabolical villains in Warcraft history, the Orc Warlock Gul'dan. Gul'dan fans in the back, there's something wrong with you guys. He's loco. I lost my train of thought. Damn you, Gul'dan fans. It'll come back. What was I just talking about? Gul'dan, got it. Getting a little old. If you guys have been following us through the events of Warlords of Draenor, Gul'dan was ripped from Draenor and flung into Azeroth to make good on the pact that he made with his demon masters. They gave him one big job, essentially to tear a hole in the side of reality. And that is what Gul'dan did. Churning in the sky above the Broken Isles is the Fellstorm, this impossible nexus of horrific magics that Gul'dan has conjured, leveraging the powers of the old tomb of Sargeras. And from this Fellstorm, the Burning Legion has birthed into the world once again. It's a dark day. And like I said, they're pissed. But never fear. The call has gone out. The call to arms has been sounded. The Alliance and Horde have rallied their greatest heroes, their most epic generals, and the sheer might of their combined armed forces. They have launched in fleets to the sea in an attempt to invade the Broken Isles, smash Gul'dan's stronghold, and stem the tide of this invasion before it could really get going. What could go wrong? It's mostly going to be fine. This time around, the cost of victory could be very high. And this time around, the Alliance and Horde, they're going to need all the help they can get. Luckily, there's another soul stirring within the void. A soul fueled by vengeance who hates the Burning Legion more than anyone. Illidan's storm rage is returning. And you know what? Illidan's pissed too. And he's bringing with him his Illidari to dispense what is likely indiscriminate justice upon those who would threaten his homeworld. You guys ready to play Demon Hunters? It's going to be pretty epic. This is an expansion set that has been building for a very long time. So, we thought it'd be fun this morning to give you guys a look at what? What do you think? Yes, young ones. We are very proud to debut this morning the introductory cinematic for World of Warcraft Legion. All right, guys. Well, what may well wind up being the end of the world begins right now.
My son, a terrible darkness has returned to our world. As before, it seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
They're coming! They're coming back!
All my life I have lived by the sword. I've seen kingdoms burn and watched brave heroes die in vain. It's been difficult for me to trust after losing so much. But from you, I have learned patience, tolerance, and faith.
Open fire!
Anduin, I now believe, as you do, that peace is the noblest aspiration. But to preserve it, you must be willing to fight.
For Azeroth!
Say it with me. For Azeroth! For Azeroth! Hell yeah. Guys, the Legion is coming. The Legion is invading this summer. You can pre-order Legion now at wowlegion.com. If you pre-order now, you can get early access to the Demon Hunter. The team wants me to say when it's ready and all dialed in. And if you don't want to wait that long, the Demon Hunter and the rest of the aspects of the expansion are playable here on the show floor all weekend long. So how about a hand for Sylvanas? Finally. You Sylvanas fans, she is going to be a factor moving forward. It's really exciting times. Guys, if you want to hear more about Legion, more of its features and just hear for the dev team, the panel you can come to is here in this hall at 12:30 today. And they will answer all the questions they possibly can and give you guys an even deeper look at the game. And ultimately, I think that's about everything. How'd you guys feel about today? You excited? Guys, once again, thank you for being here. We love you. We are so honored to be here with you. Take care of each other this weekend. Have fun. Have a great Blizzcon.
Welcome to Blizzcon.